who was Mary Jane. So Mary Jane is in the comic book. She's a white redhead female. And there's been a whole lot of uproar about that because she's of mixed descent. I believe she's white and Cuban, or maybe black and Cuban. Y'all can go fact check that. But it's been a whole lot of uproar about her playing a role. Meanwhile, Will Smith played Deadshot in Suicide Squad just this June. Deadshot, the origin character, is white. Will Smith is black. So Will Smith kind of has that privilege where people kind of really didn't bark on him. Yeah. But you have a younger actress who's of mixed descent. She's kind of facing a lot of scrutiny. So I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts about, whitewashing in Hollywood, and then also maybe blackwashing white characters in Hollywood, and what y'all thoughts about that?
Just to speak on that, I don't understand what the problem is. Just because a character is portrayed one way in the original version, there's been so many versions of Spider-Man in the last 15 years, and whether they are white with red hair or white with kind of dirty blonde hair or Cuban with dark brown hair, if the actress does it justice or brings a new twist that the professionals feel like adds to the story or gives you a new refreshing version of the story, because how many times, I love all of these movies, but how many times we got to watch the exact same Spider-Man come on with the dude who looks exactly the same? There's going to be some characteristics you want to keep, like the nerdy quality of the Peter Parker and things like that. Right. But I feel like for anybody to be stuck in the fact that it has to be a white woman with red hair is looking at it all wrong. They're looking at the whole concept of what it's about and about art in general having anything to do with movies and Hollywood, and they get stuck in something that has to be a certain way. And I think that it's really like a huge loss for. There's the Black Hermione on stage right now for Harry Potter. It's a totally different, story, but it's not one of the comics, but it's great. I think it's great, and I think that's been, maybe because it's considered more of a high art to be, a stage actor or actress than it is to be in Hollywood on, the movies we all go see in the movie theaters. And I don't know why there's a problem with that, but there's no problem with the Black Hermione. I just feel like that's just a closed-minded. People who are responding to that negatively are just closed-minded people and kind of should be,
Exile,
just exile, but just sort of like, whatever.
Reprimand.
In some ways, the Spider-Man thing is I think Spider-Man has such a legacy, and there's so many people that are
so American
and zealots.
Spider-Man is so American.
Yeah, and not even so American, but it's been kind of those characters writing out the I don't know the word for this, but the storyline. They have been the predominant characters in those archetypal facilities, for 30 years actually. And I think the Harry Potter is it's more contemporary.
What about Deadshot?
So, Deadshot is not though. Deadshot is a character that's been around for 20 years.
Right.
And the DC thing, and I think Brandon hit it right on the head. It's Will Smith. Will Smith has cred. Will Smith's white.
Right.
Not to say he's not white.
No, he's
Will Smith.
He's black white.
Yeah, but Will Smith is Illuminati. Yeah. Like, he's untouchable. Like, that dude is shining on him, man. So,
he's untouchable. He's untouchable. He's untouchable.
It's funny, I was listening to 107.9 today, and Ed Lover was shining light on Will Smith, Oprah, blah, 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 blah. And, I think there isn't, I think it's just a whole different expectation due to who has been subjected to those storylines. Because Spider-Man goes back
so far.
That's so
There's
cool.
a whole lot of 50-year-old people weighing in on it. And Spider-Man was part of their fabric growing up. So we're talking from 1960s to now, where Harry Potter was
So now that we
2000 to now.
I get the.
So-
I want to hear Armand and
What do you
Dan
think?
go, but I get that argument, but I want to hear Dan and Armand first before I even proceed.
Go ahead, Armand. Alright, well, my opinion is, I kind of like, whatever the character really, this is how I look at it from my perspective, whatever the character originally is, I would just keep it that way. Because I know, like, sometimes I hear black people say stuff like, oh, this person was black and they got a white person playing, and they like offended. But then they want to play, then they want to have Annie. And then they say, why can't we have Annie? But like, you can't have it both ways. So if you're going to trip about white people, you know, playing a role like in Egypt and everything, which I say that they totally whitewashed that. Everybody know that. But you can't say have it the other way and say like, okay, I want to play these roles. I'm like, if I see Annie, I think what we need to do is create our own characters and create our own, you know, people, and keep pushing that instead of trying to, you know, portray other actors. You know, I come from more of a Malcolm standpoint. Like, you know, let them, you know, people do their thing. You do your thing, and, you know, we all look at it as art coming from different cultures and different backgrounds. But I wouldn't just necessarily, I'm going to try to, you know, be this person when it was like, there was somebody from Russia or something, and I'm from North Philly. I'm not trying to be him. This is not my role. It's not the person that was meant to be. But I will create my own and let people, you know, critique my art. So, I mean, if you're going to care, we can't care at all about anybody whitewashing anything, or you can care. So I feel sometimes funny about, like, when I'm watching like them Ben-Hur movies. I'm like, I teach social studies. Like, this ain't accurate. But you know, I deal with it. But I do think that we need to start creating, especially in the minority community, creating our own roles, creating our own superheroes. You don't got to necessarily take from them. Create your own superheroes. I mean, you got people that can do it. I mean, Asian superheroes. You know, Hispanic, white ones. It don't matter. I think you got to start creating your own. I just want to keep copying and trying to, you know, portray those. But, you know, that's just my, you know, personal opinion, you know.
All right, Dan, what about you?
Well, me, yeah. It depends. It depends on. See, I'm a historian. Even though I teach it or I work in a school, I try to look at myself as a scholar. So, you know, I love to learn. So if you're going off of facts and you make a movie off of facts, I need it to be factual. I need to relate to the people that live in that particular area. I need it to relate to them. So, like, as far as Egypt, the guys in Egypt, I need the characters to relate to the people of Egypt that occupied Egypt at that time.
Right.
Or like 10,000 BC, if anybody remember that movie. You know, I need that to relate to the Egyptian people or whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't know if y'all know the movie, what is it called? It's about the Mayans. I forgot what it's called.
10,000 BC, I try to forget.
Huh?
I try to forget 10,000 BC.
Yeah, that's the movie in Egypt. I'm talking about the one that's down in the Mayans, down in South America. It was a movie. What is it called? It wasn't called Armageddon. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The one that I think Mel Gibson made it. Yeah, it really was in English. It was all other.
Shit.
I can't remember. The Jaguar was in the movie, and they was like cutting their heads off and everything. And
that movie.
It
started with an A.
I forgot the name of it.
Apocalypto.
Yeah.
Oh, holy moly, guacamole. Oh, that was the sin. That was a sin for all humanity. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That movie depicted what the people who lived in that area. And so, facts. I love that movie, and that was a factual movie. So, I don't know if that was a factual movie. So we're gonna go on to these fiction characters or whatever. Hey, play with that. I don't care. Play with that. If you're gonna switch, if you're gonna put a black person as Superman, fine. If you're gonna put a Chinese person as Captain America, go ahead. I mean, I hope that actor portrays Captain America as Captain America is, or as Spider-Man is, or as that girl is. You know, because that's what I want to see. I want to see acting. I don't want to see no garbage. I don't want to waste my money on a movie ticket that's $10, $12 to see no garbage. So if you're gonna put this
man, you got some distortion in the back.
You know, she has to act. She has to act, and if she can't act, then you know I have a problem with that. I really don't care about.
All right, so
who's doing it? It's how it's done.
Before
Amen.
I'm gonna let Chris chime in on out, but before I even say what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
So like as far as Zendaya, like as an actress, she was actually supposed to do like the Aaliyah biopic, and she pretty much wasn't good enough to do that. I don't know if some people felt as though she wasn't black enough, or she didn't look like her, or whatever, but she wasn't good enough to do that. And now she's not good enough to play a white woman inside, or, you know, take the role of the white woman inside of Spider-Man. So, like, she gets a lot of slack for most of the roles that she plays. I don't know, like how you said you just wanted to be a good actress. I don't know if she's a good enough actress or not. I haven't really seen things with her in it. But it's like, is she not white enough, or is she not black enough? And then I was going to bring up the Annie thing, too. Like the whole Annie thing with Jamie Foxx, that got a lot just because, Annie's supposed to be a little white girl with red hair, and Mr. Warbucks or whatever his name is supposed to be a bald white guy. Like, right. But it's a fictional story, so I feel like anybody could play those roles as long as the role is being played well. So, that's how I feel about it.
Well, I kind of double back. My thing is like, cause like you guys brought up Gods of Egypt. I don't know, somebody said that, and you clearly have European actors playing Africans. So, okay, if you're gonna do that, then you know, I mean, a token is Mary Jane playing Peter Parker's love interest being black. That's
gonna be Hollywood.
That's 0.5% of a white person, of a European playing an African. You know what I mean? So my thing is like, if you're gonna do one thing, just make sure that you're even Steven. Make sure it's you're doing it on the other side of things. And that wouldn't be the case. I mean, have we seen Irish war films where Idris Elba is cast? You know what I mean? Like. That doesn't happen, you know. Will Smith gets the pass, but Will Smith is playing comic book people. You know,
that's right.
Not, and you said Will Smith is white. He's white black, right? Not even Will Smith can play. He can't even play
an Irishman.
He can't play an Irishman. He can't play. He can't play Shawshank Redemption. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like when it comes to Egypt, they already like feel as though Egypt is Egypt. Egypt is not like a part of Africa. You're not African. If you're from Egypt, you're Egyptian. Yeah. So I think that loss of being African is already taken away from Egypt. So it's easy to put white people or someone of a different descent in there instead of Africans, because it's not even looked at as as they are Africans. They're Egyptians.
Right. And that's also
which often are not looked at. That's a good point.
And it's a departure. It's already a slow departure. No, man, I think that was good. I mean that was just like a small. Armand, if you want to, you can close it out. But that was just like a small little thing I just was reading about this week, and I knew that everybody would have some valuable comments on that.
Yeah, that's a good point though. And you know what's so crazy? People in Africa don't even consider themselves African. They consider themselves Congolese or Nigerian. Yeah. You know, like 57 different countries there, so they don't be like, yo, I'm African. And I noticed when I went to, I think we heavily color struck in America, heavily. Because when I left the country, I told Brandon this, when I left and I went to Dubai and I went to Iran, Afghanistan, I was American. He was like, oh, you're American. And when I got back to America, I was black. That's when everything hit. Everybody thought, he's from America. Oh, he's from America. He's American. I remember Carmelo Anthony kept saying that when he was away, say overseas. That people, they say I'm American. They don't even say that, oh, Carmelo, I'm black or Puerto Rican or anything. But when you get back to the States, that's when we dice each other